In this video, we look at several features that will improve Minecraft in some way. We have features regarding beds, foliage, and more. So let's get right into the showcase. Now to begin with, let's go ahead and take a look at tall grass and ferns. Now I think that this needs to be a feature inside the game, because whenever you think about ferns or grass in Minecraft, they usually only have one variation. This introduces some new ferns, and this will introduce new tall grass variants. By the way, the double tall grass and the double tall fern, those two have not been changed. So if I'm going to start placing on grass, all of the grass is going to look slightly different whenever you go and place it down. And this makes grass look so much better inside the game. And the same thing goes for ferns. And whenever I place down the fern, then we get ourselves a different fern every single time. But if you place it on the same block, it's always going to be that same tall grass or that same fern. It's like how dirt and grass blocks work. Whenever you place down that block in a certain coordinate inside your world, it picks what it's going to look like, and it's always going to be like that on that same coordinate. And now let's go move on to our next feature, which is going to be one of my favorite ones, and it is Fluffier Beds or Comfier Beds. But I think that the beds now look so much better. Whenever you usually sleep in the bed, they're kind of really flat. They're not very soft, they're kind of hard, you know, from my past experiences. I mean, I don't know, does anybody ever sleep on a hard bed? I really hope not. I want to sleep on a comfy bed in Minecraft. So this is exactly what the beds now look like. They now look a lot fluffier, they look a lot more comfier, and it makes me want to sleep on them now. And you know, even when you stand on them, they feel so soft. There's nothing different about how the beds interact, nothing different about how the beds work. They're basically just looking a lot better now. And you may have also noticed that we have a new custom running animation, and then we have vines. So whenever I place down a vine inside the game, it's now going to look different depending on the block that you place it on. And I think that this looks so much better. You know, I just wouldn't mind having this inside my jungles. This just makes vines look so much better. So then we have ourselves the next change, which is going to be better leaves. Now whenever you think about leaves in Minecraft, usually they're kind of flat. They don't really look all that appealing. But now the leaves use the cactus model. So if I go and show you the cactus really quickly, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what the cactus model looks like. It has all these thorns sticking out, and now the leaves are going to have that same attribute. So whenever you look at the leaves, as you can see, it kind of gives you that little thorny effect, and I think that this makes them look so much better, a lot bushier, and just a lot cooler. But of course we will get ourselves these bugs. If you look underneath that leaf, it's like a grayish block, but there is no gray block actually there. It's just a big old glitch, and I think that just has something to do with the modeling. I'm not exactly too sure on that, but with all that being said, this will apply for all the leaf types, including the new azalea leaves, and this is what all the leaves look like right here. So then we have new lily pad variants. Now this is by far one of my favorite features, because I want new lily pads inside the game. Imagine having these inside of swamps or inside of your jungles. Oh my goodness, new lily pad variants. We need these in Minecraft ASAP. Now right here is the original lily pad, but all these other lily pads, these are the completely new ones. And I think that having new colors for lily pads, just having other variants for lily pads, I think it just makes them look so much better. Because in real life, you don't usually have one type of lily pad, you usually have different kinds of shapes, different sizes, and different colors. And this just makes things look so much better. Now next up we have the Infested Stones. Now all the Infested Stones, they're now going to have these cracks on them. Alright, here's what I'm going to say now. I am not really the biggest fan of this texture. I kind of prefer it to be like how it is in Minecraft right now, to where you can't really tell if it's infested or if it's not infested. The only way that you can tell is if you break it and then the silverfish pops out. And then guess what? You know that it's going to be infested. But in this, you can tell exactly what is infested. I mean, I guess you could say that makes things a lot easier to tell. But if you really think about it, just having the other way in normal Minecraft, it makes things a lot more exciting. And it makes things a lot more fun, because you never know if it's infested or not. Now our next one is going to be for the ores. And this is actually kind of appropriate for the time, because the Cave 1.17 update just released. I think that it would be so cool if Mojang introduced other variants for the ores. Get out of your sheep, I don't want you. Nobody wants the sheep around here. What if there were more variants for ores? We just have one variant for each ore, but I think it would be quite nice if there were multiple textures for each of the ores. And I get why Mojang didn't do that. They wanted it to be easy for colorblind people to be able to see the ores, and I completely understand that. But just having other variants for the ores, I think it would make the gameplay experience just so much better and a lot cooler. So if you look at all the different ores, there's now different ore variants for iron, for gold, for diamond, lapis, coal, redstone, and emerald. And you may have also noticed that some of these have the old textures as well. But just having other variants, I think it just makes ores look so much better. And then we have better crafting tables. Now crafting tables, they look a lot more like a table now, which is using the scaffolding model, by the way. So whenever you place it down, this is what the crafting bench now looks like. And it just makes the crafting bench look so much better. And I like this quite a bit. But the only thing I don't like is going to be the shadowing. But there's really nothing that Coden could have done about that. I mean, there's really only so much that you could do with the original Minecraft blocks. And so maybe in the future, Mojang will allow us to edit the regular blocks like we can for regular items. Because I think it would be so useful for many people to look inside the block models or even the block files just to see how the blocks work. And maybe Coden could do the same thing for these three tables, the cartography, the fletching, and the smithing table. I think it would be quite nice if they had like better models. But with that being said, that is actually it for what the Re-Op Resource Pack gives us. And just for all these different small features, because I think it would be so cool if Mojang were to introduce other variants for ores, for lily pads, maybe for vines, and even grass and ferns as well. But with that being said, I do want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments on what you think of this resource pack. And if you do want to get this, then go ahead and check out the link down below in the description. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and don't forget to turn on notifications. And I will catch you next time. Goodbye.